Okay, welcome to mikescottbaseball.com. I've had some requests talking about the lefty pickoff move. We had some video on balk rules and the righty pickoff move to first, but I want to talk about the lefty pickoff move to first base. So I'm just going to start going over some basic things here. I'm going to be incorporating some of the rules that go along with this, balk rules and legal rules. But let's just go over some of the basic things and go from there. Okay, first thing is just to make sure that the pitcher has his foot in front of the rubber. Okay, there's a runner over there at first base. Okay, as a lefty, I just make sure I get my signal from my catcher first. So I look in and get my signal. Now as a lefty, this is so much easier than being a righty. You have the guy in view over there at all times. So you have a good idea what he's doing all the way from start to finish here. Okay, so that's a big advantage that lefties have. Okay, now next thing is one of the pickoff moves we're going to do. There are about 3 or 4 different ones that a lefty can do, but one of the ones you can do from right here, it's a little difficult, but you can do it, is you can just step right off the back and throw over there. Okay, you can do that. You can't just throw from this position. You can't just come up here and throw with your foot still on the rubber because you're not moving this leg. Okay, you need to step off the back and it's throwing against your body, which is difficult. Okay, but you can do that. So it looks a little bit like this. So I look into my catcher. Okay, I look over. I don't like what I see over there. He's too far off really early. Okay, I'm just going to make a good strong step off the back. And I'm going to be thrown against my body. But again, as long as you work on this, it can be a quick move. So I got my signal. Okay, I look in. I don't like what I see over there. Okay, and I get a throw over there nice and quick. Okay, again, it's throwing against your body. One more time here. Okay, now, next one we're going to talk about, just some of the basic moves that a lefty does. After we get to this spot right here, okay, there's basically, there's one move for a lefty that's probably his best, okay, being able to pick up this leg, okay, and go to that base. But I think the most important thing you have to learn is what is your move like going home, okay? My move going home is up here, and going home, again, take a look at that. I lift up the leg about that high, okay, comes up to about here, okay. I don't want my move to first to look like this. Okay, I don't want to start changing my arm angle, my shoulder angle, my head, okay. I understand what my move is home, okay, and then I try to copy that and go to first. Okay, it's very important to hold that deception for as long as you can before you go to your base. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at that. I'm going to do one home. Okay, and now another one to first. Okay, trying to hide that. Okay, now as far as your move to first, okay, a couple things that tend to give it away. Okay, a very basic one. Let's start from kind of the head down. Okay. A lot of lefties, they'll do this. If they're looking at the runner, they go home. Okay? Some guys do this. As soon as they start their motion, they look to the plate and then they go to first. Okay? Some guys, you can mix it up so they don't know it's coming, but if you fall into a pattern where you're always looking and going home and then you want to go to first base, you tend to do one of those. It's giving it away. So watch your head. Okay? Vary it up. Sometimes you look over there and you go, and sometimes you look over there and you go home. Vice versa. Okay, now next thing is shoulders. Okay, remember the move home. Okay, where are those shoulders pointed? Okay, if the shoulders are pointed just opposite of the catcher or they're a little bit more turned, you try to make sure they get into the same spot when you go to first base. Okay, again, the faults are this: going home. Now watch the shoulders. Okay, turning the shoulders too early. Okay, so watch those shoulders. Try to keep them on plane, going home. Okay, the hips can be sort of the same thing as the shoulders. Okay, some guys come here. Okay, you'll see that the leg comes here, and then they start to turn their hips. Okay, and everything starts to get back this way. Okay, so again, try to keep everything the same. Going home, going to first. Okay, next thing, as far as where you land. Okay, there's a lot of theories about this one. There's what they call a 45-degree rule. Okay, I've talked to umpires about this. A lot of them don't even talk about a 45-degree rule. Basically, 45 degrees means halfway between first base and home plate. Okay, the pitcher is supposed to step on the first base side, okay, of the 45-degree rule. But for the most part, basically what the rule means is this: if you make any motion or any movement towards home that a umpire says that was a move towards home, you made it look like you're going home, or you made a full move and then try to go to another base, okay, he can call that for a balk. So if I come here and I'm struggling to throw a ball this way to first base, they can definitely call that a balk. Okay, so one of the things you just want to make sure is when you start to come down is you've made up your mind. You get a good solid plant where you're making a good throw to your base. And then here's one of the keys to making a good pickoff move. This back foot, okay, comes off the rubber and you start walking towards first base. So the ball's going to come back to me here. I'm going to show this move again. Okay, I come up, okay, I'm going to make a move towards first. Okay, and then this back foot keeps coming this way. If I make the mistake of making a move towards first, but then this leg kind of curls over towards home plate, I can be called for a balk. Looks a little something like this. Okay, and I fall off to the side. Okay, watch out for that. One of the best things you can do is land strong here, and then land strong and get this other leg on that side. It makes it look like you went a lot more towards first base, and they can't call it. Now, a couple quick things just to work from here. Okay, you can do that same move that we talked about at first here and throw. You can do it from this spot also. Okay, boom, right there, and making a throw. Okay, the higher you set, the easier it is to make this throw. You start down here. Okay, now you got to kind of sling the ball a little bit. You land high here. Okay, you can go there. This foot has to move first. Okay, another basic balk rule for a lefty is, okay, you cannot do that. Okay, this moved first. The ball in the hand moved first. You have to move the leg first. Okay, and then the hands can break. Now, as far as developing a good move, every lefty should develop a very good move to first base. It's something that you have than anybody else on the field. You have a chance to get an out, to hold a guy close, to keep double plays alive more often, and the main thing is to prevent them from stealing. Okay, a guy with a good pickoff move, they just don't want to steal because they're just worried. They don't know how to combat it. So you come up here. If you have a move they can see, okay, you're giving away a big advantage. So try to come up with a move. You can even have a dummy move. You could have something that maybe they see, think that that's your best move, and then you come back with your best one. Okay, all right, so you try to hide that. Now, last thing we're just going to talk about right here, okay, practice this, okay. As a coach, anytime I get a lefty, I want to make sure he has a good move. It really can help the team. I talk a lot as a coach about keeping force plays alive, preventing steals, okay. As a lefty, he helps me with all of that. But if he doesn't have a good move, if they can get a good jump on him, it really makes, an advantage be taken away from us. So as a lefty, make sure you work on these moves. You can even film yourself, okay? You can put guys on base. Practice it with guys on base with a first baseman, okay? Practice these things. Make sure that you have a good move, something that's kind of deceptive, but still within the rules, okay? And hopefully that will help you. You'll get a little bit better. Maybe you get a couple pickoffs here or there, but most of all, you'll be helping your team. Okay, thank you very much. Please check back to mikescottbaseball.com for further instruction. Thanks.